Adrian Brody and Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife, Georgina Chapman, have been happily dating for over a year now. However, while the actor has been super private about his dating life, fans can't seem to forget that he and Elsa Pataky dated. Adrian was so besotted with Elsa that he even bought her a castle. Yep, you heard that right, a castle.
Focus.
We're all getting sucked in on this.
Right, we're getting sucked in. Here we go. We're going to try one more time. Okay? Oh, this is today on NBC.
But that was before she dumped him for Chris Hemsworth. So while some fans think Elsa upgraded, dumping the pianist for Thor, there are others who believe that Brody didn't deserve to be left abandoned. You're watching Rumor Juice. Stay tuned while we dive into the juiciest scoops on Hollywood relationships. It was reported that Brody and Pataky met through their mutual dialect coach, Julie Adams. It was a miracle, Brody said. The first time I saw her, I was completely spellbound. I told Elsa later that I was so uncomfortable because she was so beautiful and so lovely and sweet. I became very self-conscious. Brody claimed to remember everything about the chance meeting. I remember what she wore, and I remember she had a cute little convertible, and I was like, wow, she even has a cute car. Ah, Adrian. He truly is a soppy romantic at heart. Elsa also recalled that when she met Brody, her previous relationship had just ended, so it all seemed like fate. Cupid certainly has a way with timing. By 2006, they were making their relationship red carpet official, walking hand in hand, looking up lovingly at one another. With Adrian's charm and Elsa's beauty, they truly seemed like a match made in heaven. Just a year later, they were buying matching rings. Brody shared that he and the lovely Elsa had found a really beautiful pair of rings. Naturally, the tabloids went wild. What did these rings mean? Were they promise rings? Engagement rings? When asked the significance of their new matching jewelry, Pataky played coy. No, we keep those things secret. It's just a memento for us, very private. Well, they surely knew how to keep the press on their toes. But if there was one thing that Hollywood knew for sure, it's that the pair were absolutely in love. They very literally couldn't keep their hands off each other. Scrolling through numerous pictures of them together only proves that fact. Adrian couldn't keep his hands to himself. You know the grand gesture that comes with confessing your love to your special person? Well, Adrian took the term grand gesture and practically put it to shame. For Elsa's 31st birthday, the actor dropped $650,000 on Stone Barn Castle, a beautiful 19th century estate based in the middle of New York. Yep, he bought her a castle.
I mean, when does that happen for anyone?
He pretty much thought of her as his queen and felt like she needed a castle to go with her title. I blindfolded her. Right at the castle, there's a giant, beautiful church bell, and I said, when you hear the sound of the bell, you can open your eyes and you'll see your surprise. And then I rang the bell. He shared of the special occasion. When I saw the castle, I asked Adrian, is this ours? The Spanish actress added. He said, yes, welcome home. Elsa gushed. Believe it or not, the extravagance did not end there. In addition to the mammoth-sized historical birthday gift, the following year, Brody and Pataky celebrated their love and new home with a 35-page spread in Hello magazine. Literally, 35 pages of the couple casually lounging about their castle. In one photo, they're cuddling in the grass in front of the castle. In another, Pataky flirts with Brody while he reads a script in the bathtub, and the cherry on top has to be Pataky posing in the mouth of a huge tractor. We also can't forget some of the things that the couple shared during the interview for the article. At one point, Brody squeezed Pataky's hand and asked her, do you remember when we were at a party in Cannes and a woman sitting behind us told us, thank you for making me believe in love again? Brody also told the magazine, we both feel really blessed to have found someone that we not only love, that we're deeply attracted to, but also who shares similar views on life. Elsa has brought so much positive energy into my life. For a moment, it seemed like the couple made the whole world believe in love again, not just that woman in Cannes. Their relationship seemed solid, and in 2008 there was even rumors that the couple had gotten engaged. Sadly, it was all too good to be true. Adrian and Elsa called it quits less than a year after their fabulous photo shoot was released, and yet they made no official statements about the split. It's no doubt that fans were left heartbroken. How could it be that they were now going to be known as the former couple?
I don't get it.
Of course you don't.
Am I too old?
Of course you are.
Why is this good?
It isn't good. Wrong idea.
That's no answer.
My point. You see the girl in it?
No.
Trust me, she's there.
It wasn't much later that Elsa started dating Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, and 6 months later, they were married. Adrian made no comment about his ex's marriage, but we can only imagine how painful it must have been for him. He had dated Elsa for 2 years, and there were probably plans for an engagement. Then, just 1 year later, she had moved on and married someone else. In 2015, Brody was pretty much forced to comment on their split when he released a documentary about renovating his castle. Yes, that castle. The one he had bought for his now ex-girlfriend. Despite their split, he kept it, renovated it, and lived in it.
It is definitely the most personal story that I've told.
The documentary followed his efforts fixing up the structure, serving as a metaphor for the pursuit of his dreams. The sharing of certain things that are personal is a challenge. I believe the film represents this universal feeling we all have. We're all looking for a sense of home. We all have dreams and aspirations, and then life sometimes does not happen the way we expect it to. The actor continued to share that his life has been enriched by all of the beautiful people who have been in his life. Therefore, sharing his own good fortune from some of the experience he's had feels like a beautiful thing. He admitted that he had to sometimes overlook certain aspects of it, perhaps because of some of the pain that it had caused him, but he never had anything to hide. He finally explained that he could not share his story without being authentic because everything he's been through had been part of his journey in life.
That experience was such a joy. Another life experience.
As for Elsa, she's still married to Chris, and the couple now shares 3 children. The genetically blessed pair live in a $30 million mega mansion in Byron Bay, although we might add it's no New York castle. Somehow we think mansion doesn't sound as romantic as castle, but we digress. However, just last year, a tabloid claimed Chris's marriage to Elsa was on the rocks, and the actress turned to Adrian Brody for comfort. Gossip Cop reviewed the story when it came out, and fans went wild. Could it be true? Was Elsa leaning on her ex for support while her marriage was in trouble? We know we have to usually take tabloid headlines with a pinch of salt, but this one had us very curious. In 2019, Chris took 6 months off from acting to spend time with Elsa and their 3 children. However, in 2020, tabloids claimed that the actor did this to save his marriage. It seemed as though there was trouble in the mega mansion of Byron Bay, and the press alleged that after taking 6 months off, Chris went straight back to work and their marital problems resumed. The second his sentence was over, he refused to stay home, leaving Elsa right back where she started, an insider revealed at the time. Apparently that's when a knight in shining armor, Adrian Brody, came to the rescue, the tabloid claimed. The tabloid alleged that Elsa had begun to wonder what her life would be like if she had stayed with her former boyfriend. Adrian worshipped Elsa. He did everything he could to make her feel like the most wanted woman on the planet. They broke up because Elsa felt smothered, which is kind of ironic, the insider confessed. Perhaps Adrian must have been very different from Chris, who gets cabin fever if he's stuck at home for too long? Who knows? At this point, it seemed very unlikely for this insider to be a reliable source, because if you ask us, that's a lot of very detailed information. Surely if you're one of Elsa's close friends, you wouldn't be divulging this kind of information. The insider even went on to allege that Elsa had confided in a few friends that she's reached out to Adrian. Apparently, she sent him a text asking how he's been. It doesn't take a psychiatrist to figure out why she must be getting in touch with past loves, given she's feeling a little shaky with Chris. The insider source concluded the very unlikely story by noting it may have looked like Pataki was living the dream in Byron while married to Thor, but the reality for her is often much lonelier. Eventually, Gossip Cop corrected the ridiculous and over-dramatic article when it came out. As it turns out, a real and true close source to the couple revealed that Elsa wasn't texting Brody at all. The rumors about her marriage being in trouble was also fake news. Chris Hemsworth stated that he was shooting the next Thor film in Australia so he could be closer to his family. Plus, the two recently celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary, and Elsa also opened up about their marriage, explaining, "It's funny that people think of us as a perfect couple. No way. It's been ups and downs, and we still keep working on the relationship."
I think we make each other better. We criticize in the way you can be honest, and we don't get angry or anything. So it's good because I think that we take the best of of each other.
Meanwhile, today, Brody has been dating designer and Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife, Georgina Chapman, for around 2 years. The pair made their red carpet debut at the Tribeca Film Festival premiere of the film Clean. A source said the pair work well together because they share many similar interests. She thinks he's unusual and interesting, the source revealed, adding that Georgina was drawn to Adrian's deep passion for his work, which reminds her of her own dedication to her fashion label. The pianist star also diverts her attention from the pain of her situation with Weinstein and subsequent split, the insider claimed. While we can't help but feel terribly sad for Adrian and his heartache, we're so happy to see that he moved on and finally seems to be happy with Georgina. Both he and Elsa never gave up on finding love with the right person, and if we learn anything from their love story, it's that if you're going to go with a grand gesture, go for the castle or don't bother at all.